little in depth of this wonderful, amazing soul who is now the recipient of the 2024 Global Humanitarian Award, City of
Columbus,
Missouri. DrTongie Scott.
Oh my God.
So it's such an honor. Listen, you're a bright star. And I am not surprised that this honor is bestowed upon you.
Thank you so very much.
And they're going to be getting to see that, all of the work that you've been doing out there. But I think it's nice for them to get to know more about you. So I've got a little challenge for you, like a little game. So that we can all get to know you a little better.
Absolutely.
I've got a 21 question for you.
Very good.
And hopefully by the end of it, we'll get to know a little bit more about the person.
All right.
So you ready for my question?
I'm ready.
How do you pronounce your name first? Because a lot of people get that wrong.
I know, right?
Right.
Tongie.
I said Tongie.
Yep.
So it's Tongie.
Tongie.
Yeah. Not Tongie.
Yeah.
Tongie. Yeah, the Caribbean's got to come out now. Tongie.
Tongie.
Right. That's my first one. I'm not done with you yet. 21 of them are done. Where were you born? Because we know you here. I've met you in St. Lucia.
Absolutely.
But where exactly were you born?
Columbus, Mississippi. And if you know anything about Mississippi, right, it is like the battleground of all things prejudice, all things discrimination. And I got a little bit of that. I was born in 1970. So a little bit of blacks having to kind of sit in the colored section, and we were not able to do some of the things that the other beautiful people with blonde hair and blue eyes could do. And it didn't define who I was. It just kind of made me mindful of walking in rooms. Growing up, I would always kind of look around and make certain that it was okay for me to walk in. But aside from that, Columbus, Mississippi is a beautiful place. It really, really is. Irrespective of what you might think, it's a community of sorts. When I was growing up, it was about 270,000 people in that little city. So that was real big for us, right? But yeah, man, I'm a country girl.
I have my next question to ask. Prompted me based on the response to that question. How did that affect you, though? Do you believe?
I honestly believe, had it not been an early introduction into really who God is and who Christ is and what the workings of the Holy Ghost really does, I think I would have been in that mindset of, I can't do it because I'm black. I can't do it because I'm a woman. So that stigma, I see it a lot. I saw it a lot in a lot of people that were growing up with me. So how did it affect me? The introduction to who he really is saved me. It saved me. Seriously, it did.
What's your favorite color, Doc? Oh, that's a tricky one.
I've got more than just one. Okay. I've got red, purple, black, white. I love really all of them.
You're a colorful lady.
I really do. I am. But if I were saying today, my color would be orange. My favorite color.
Favorite colors.
No, really?
Orange and neon green.
See.
Yeah. It's got a nice.
I know, right? It just does something to you, man. You could be in the worst of moods and put on orange or put on lime green, and you're like,
okay. Now let's stick to that. Kool-Aid or Fanta?
No, Kool-Aid. I grew up, man, purple, grape. I kid you not.
Grape Kool-Aid.
Man, grape Kool-Aid.
Orange Fanta.
That's not bad. I would
have thought it orange Fanta, but grape Kool-Aid, it makes sense.
Yeah, man.
It definitely does make sense. All right, I've got another one for you. Which artist are you listening to on repeat?
Which artist am I listening to on repeat? All right,
on
because
repeat?
I listen to so many. Honestly, I do. There is one in particular, Dr. Miles Monroe. I know he's not an artist per se, but he's always showing up in my title feed. Right. And every day I listen to him, and I have to listen to these kingdom principles that he teaches. Yeah. He came to our church in Atlanta, Georgia. And when I was first, I'm getting chill bumps here. When I was first introduced to him, I'm like, I want what he got, Daddy, you know, but I didn't know the heavy mantle that this man carried. So he is on repeat.
Oh.
Yes, he is.
Morning routine. What is it like for a morning in the house with Dr. Tongie?
3:15 to 3:30, I'm up in prayer. And I'm praying for people that I don't know. I'm praying for souls that literally want to have that refreshed freshness. That's between 3:15, 3:30. So about 4:15, I'm done. I'm reading my scriptures. I read about 5 books a day. And I do that so that I can immerse myself. I felt like I've wasted so much time trying to get people to like me and buying friendships. So now I'm a big girl now, and I understand the value of time. We really don't have a lot of it. So my morning routine is literally staying with him. 2 hours, 40 minutes is my tithe.
Max?
Yeah. So that's my tithe every day. Remember, your tithe is 10%, right? So I figured I have 24 hours in a day. He gets 2 hours and 40 minutes of it. So that means I got to get up early. Go to bed early, get up early. And then after that morning devotion, I'm just kind of lollygagging around, and then because I do my shows early morning, someone suggested, well, why don't you just do them at night? And I'm thinking, I have to have fresh manna. I do, because I'll speak to that one soul that needed to hear it, and I hear it all the time. Thank you so much for that, what you said. And I thought no one was listening.
Right.
But someone will come back and say it. So that's that morning routine. I take no calls in the mornings, If it's a 911, call them.
Have you ever one morning you missed one of those devotion, and what was different?
Oh my God. I think it was when I had taken some sleeping pills one night, and I really needed to get some sleep. We had been traveling, had gone to France, we had gone to Amman, Jordan, and I was so tired. Took a sleeping pill the night before and couldn't get up to do my devotion. And my daughter's looking at me like, you've got some deadlines, you've got to go here and here. And I'm like, not until I get my devotion in. So it was chaotic at best. Yeah, man. So I said, you know what?
No more sleeping pills.
Especially those that knock you out.
Speaking of no more sleeping pills, that was a new thing you did.
Yeah.
How did you realize how do you approach anything new?
Anything new, I fast about it. I literally fast on it to make certain, because here's the thing, Mareen, you can do a good thing and people applaud you for it and it's wonderful. But if you're doing the right thing, oftentimes you don't get that applause or you don't get the recognition, but you know at the end of the day, he gets all the glory and the praise that you do. So yeah, man, I pray about it, fast on it, and then if he says yes, I'm doing it full throttle. Don't literally have any finances that are like, stored up, but I just believe that for every vision, he makes provision. I do.
Let's say you could know a lot about somebody by the type of car that they drive.
Yeah.
What was your first make, model?
1988 Dodge Colt 5-speed. True story. I wanted a Jetta, Volkswagen Jetta. You could not have told me I was not going to get a Volkswagen Jetta at 17 years old, right?
Right.
Red. So we go out, my mom and I go out to the Volkswagen lot, and the gentleman says, I'm so sorry, Miss Brown, we won't have that particular make and model in until like 2 months. I wanted it for my birthday. So I said, you know what? Dadgummit, I need a 5-speed. We're going down this little 82 East is the highway. I look to my right and there is a parking lot of cars. It was a 1988 Dodge Colt in the showroom floor of Chrysler. I go in, and this was my first experience of being embarrassed. I go in to purchase the car because I've been working in the summer saving up my money. My mom was going to co-sign for me.
Right.
The gentleman that owned the lot says to me, so you're pregnant? And I'm looking like, yes, sir. Remember, I'm in Mississippi. And he says, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Oh.
Now, my mama didn't do that to me. Sir, you, and I'm looking at this guy, and I was, brought up, you never be disrespectful. I bought the car, and I thought I was buying it because I wanted the liberation and taking the baby where it needed to go. But in the back of my mind, I think I bought it because I wanted to show him. No, dude, you can't talk to me like that. Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Yeah. He said to me, put an aspirin between your knees. It's an old saying. If an aspirin goes between your knees, you're so busy trying to keep the asprin there that you won't do anything. Yeah. You get it. All right.
Oh my God.
I know, right? I know. Anyway, Dodge Colt was my first car.
Oh, well, there you go. You showed him. You showed him.
Yeah, man.
Now you love St. Lucia.
Yeah.
St. Lucia has got a lot of peaks. You've got the pitons. People normally climb.
Yeah.
Are you scared of heights?
No.
You're not?
I used to
Have you
be.
climbed?
I'm not climbed it, but I did some zip lining when I was here. I done with the guy behind the camera. And we were at, Soufrière.
Yes.
And they've got a beautiful place over there, and they actually had zip lining. So it was really fun. But no, jumped out of planes, been in hot air balloons. Not afraid, baby.
Now I've been trying to sift through because this time when you can actually tell when somebody's got tattoos. Somebody got you see I've got mine here.
I love yours there.
I've been trying to scope out. Do you have any?
I do. If you look right here.
There you go. Well, it's actually
I know, right? Yeah, man.
man.
It's Chinese script. When God said that David was after his heart. He was looking for a man after his own heart. And it says, lover of my soul. So my kids said to me when I was in med school, my very first year, they were in Mississippi for the summer. And they said, I bet you won't go get a tattoo. And I grew up with my babies, right? I had them really young. I went out and got a tattoo.
Again, define the odds, okay? You think I couldn't get a car? Here you go.
I know, right?
You think I wouldn't get a tattoo? Here you go.
Man.
I absolutely love it.
Oh my God.
Early riser, late owl?
I am an early riser. Yeah, early riser for sure.
Always have been?
I think so. Yeah. I was scared as a child with this scary movie that my mom told these folk not to take me to, and it scared me so bad that I've been afraid to sleep in the dark. And I'm literally trying. I know I said that out loud. I can't believe I said that, but I'm literally trying to turn the light off.
Ooh.
I've not done it yet.
Wow.
And I'm 54 years old.
Wow.
So I've been sleeping with light for at least 50 years.
Speaking of scared,
Yeah.
what's the scariest thing you've ever done?
The scariest thing I've ever done. Can I be open, honest, and sincere?
Very open and honest.
I was
sincere.
I was involved in a relationship that I should not have been. And I did it for 8 years. And every night, every day, I would literally pray, God, please don't let this be the day I die. Because if this is the day I die, I'm going to hell. Because I knew better.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I know, right? Got to be honest. And that's what I am here. Open, honest, and sincere so that other people will know just because you have made some bad choices, it doesn't define who you are right now. So that's the scariest thing, playing with my salvation, man. Seriously. Yeah. I know, right?
I wish we could expand on that. We definitely have our own show and we can talk about that some more. And
I
it's
will.
vital. It's vital.
Because I have run into so many women,
Yes.
I'm getting chill bumps
Yes.
here, that have found themselves or may be in that situation.
Definitely. Yeah.
And when I tell them that, you know what, I know you're fulfilling this flesh and it feels so good. Oh, I know he's telling you the right things, but ellipse. Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how you got on. I'm curious to know how you got on. But let's move on to your main That's going to probably be a whole show by itself. Movies. What's your favorite? You're entitled to movies.
I know, right? My favorite movies. Oh my gosh. Grease Lightning.
Yes.
That's my favorite. One of my
Sandy.
favorites. Oh my God.
I can understand that.
Still Magnolias is another favorite of mine. Down Home with Roscoe Jenkins. Oh my
Good
God.
one.
I know
Good
this.
one.
I swear to you, I know everything about that movie. And I I just love movies, whether it's a movie that tells a story or one's just kind of fun or one's that is just, it's not going to make it to, the theater, but you'll still watch it anyway. I love movies, man. I do.
Now, everybody has cheat days.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, baby.
Do you?
Of course I do.
On cheat day, what do you eat?
Oh my gosh. Hot Cheetos. Yeah, man. Hot Cheetos. Chocolate. Oh, look at this. A crab. I'm sorry. I'm just noticing a crab.
It's nice. It's gorgeous.
Hot Cheetos for sure.
Not crab, though.
No, not crab. I love chocolate cake. Oh. Anything chocolate, I know, right? Yeah. Okay. So I just love food. So I have to be careful. When I was a little girl, I was chubby, real chubby. And that probably is why I don't eat as much as I want to now. But definitely I love sweets. Anything sweet.
I have got a sweet tooth.
Yeah,
so
baby.
I can't
yeah,
baby.
Don't
mind the gym that.
Really? You look amazing.
Do you do the cheat day? Do you?
Is it maybe twice a week? Seriously, twice a week. I fast on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so anytime afternoon you'll find me with something sweet for sure.
Fly or try?
Fly. I get car sick. Real bad car sick. I think it's a mental thing that I've made up and I'm just sticking with it. But I love flying. I love to fly.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any regrets?
Oh, dear God. Oh, boy. Don't you dare. I'm sweating. Don't you make me cry. No, my regret is that I don't say I'm sorry enough. I really don't. I think that to have a balance in this thing called life, you got to be okay with if you don't hit the mark, and you may see it the way you see it, and that's all right.
Yes.
But you have to take into consideration the other person, and especially if I'm teaching and they don't catch on as quickly as I want them to catch on. Normally, I'll just kind of go on to the next lesson instead of saying, you know what, let me slow it down and make certain that you get it. So my regret is I need to say I'm sorry more. I really do. And it's okay for me to be okay with saying it, saying I'm sorry. Oh. Yeah. That's my regret. I am. I really have been. Seriously. Even with my husband.
Oh,
yeah.
You get it.
Hey, I am literally telling him I am sorry more.
Wow.
Because when I tell you that God has truly blessed me with an amazing person to cover me and to pray for me and to love me unconditionally, because I can be really hard to love sometimes, I need to say to him, I'm sorry more than I do.
Yeah, I'm glad for that.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Thank you very
much. What about swimming? Are you a swimmer?
I am. I love to swim, even though my children don't believe I can. I love swimming. I do.
Well, based on your track record.
Yeah, man.
Every time someone don't believe in you, you did it. So I wouldn't surprise you jumping there when you're done.
If I only knew how deep it was. But absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm kind of guessing I know where your inspiration comes from, but I'm still going to ask.
Okay.
Who inspires you?
Who inspires me? There's this Jewish guy that some say that he was the greatest prophet. Some say that, he was just, a figment of the imagination of a kingdom. But when I read his teachings, and even before he came into a physical being, he was already, because, John 1:1 tells us in the beginning was the Word, and he was the Word, right, without flesh. To be able to know who you are, right? And to hear the lies that people are telling about you, that they're talking horrible about your family, your daddy, and to literally say that I've come for one purpose and that purpose is XYZ. I mean, who can inspire you more than that? It used to be man, right? But I'm thinking, man, as I get older, I want to be more like him. Yeah, man. It's okay if people don't like me. It's okay. It's okay. But to be like him and to hear my name, whoa, Nelly, come on, man. I've got my name in the book. Now I'm working for some books. Because what you do down here, Mareen, it dictates how you're going to reign with him. And I take that real serious. I really do. So, yeah.
I was right in point.
He's
I
my
guess
greatest.
just that.
Yeah, man. Yes, man. He's my greatest inspiration.
Let's lighten up a bit. Dog or pants?
Oh, doggy world right here, man.
Oh, this
and
one
I like
threw me
big
off.
ones. I like
Really?
big ones, yeah.
That one threw me off.
Rottweilers.
You know, I thought it was cats.
Really?
I don't know why.
Oh, I'm so scared of cats. When I see them, I run. Even if it's a little baby and it's meowing, I'm going the other way. I think I got scratched by a kitten, when I was a little girl. And that just kind of, I think they're mean and they're just kind of self-righteous. But no, I'm a dog woman.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
We're discovering
Yeah,
quite a lot here
man.
now.
Yeah, man.
I'm loving this. Absolutely loving this. You've got quite a lot of long days because you're quite an involved person.
Yeah.
After one of these long days, how do you unwind?
Glad you asked. The first thing I'll ask is, did I make you proud? And then I'll listen for a response. And then I've got this thing with red wine.
Okay.
Tell the same you know who. But I enjoy a glass of Merlot. I really do. And back in the day, I used to do Cuban cigars. And I love a freshly rolled Cuban cigar.
Oh gosh. Oh, what about school? Let's wire back down that part.
Man. Yeah.
What was school like?
Oh,
Did you go to
my
school?
gosh.
What was school like?
My very first school was a Head Start. Head Start is a government project that I can't remember which president started it, but he wanted the children to be ready and acclimated before they matriculated into general school. So Head Start was my very first school. And then I went to the school called Fairview Elementary, and that was up until the 3rd grade. And then from the 4th grade, I went to Coleman Elementary, 4th, 5th, and 6th. 7th grade, I went to Hunt High Junior High School. 8th grade, Joe Cook. 9th, 10th, and 12th, because I skipped the 11th grade, I went to Caldwell High School. And then from Caldwell High School, I matriculated and flunked out of Mississippi University for Women. I was 17 years old and running from the truth that I was about to have a baby. And I didn't tell anyone because I kept thinking, oh my God, my mom's going to kill me. I've been nominated for the Air Force Academy. These teachers are rooting for me, right? But then I flunked out. And it wasn't until many, many years later that I asked him, can I go and be a medical doctor? And at 31, I got the yes. So I went to Jackson State University, wasn't playing the radio, worked 40 hours a week and did 38 units, semester units every semester. Graduated 2 majors and then went to med school. Thank you, ma'am.
When did you start discovering what your calling was?
When I was 6 years old. When I was 6 years old, I knew because I would have these long conversations in our bedroom and I'd be sitting there talking to him literally for hours. And I loved being in his presence. And I knew I was in his presence because I felt alive. I felt like I was a little person, but I could do anything, and I'd have these wild imaginations of traveling the world and being a medical doctor and those wild imaginations.
But did you know at that time that this was the journey, that you knew the purpose, you knew that this divine being was controlling you.
For sure.
But did you know in what direction he was going to be working through you?
I was just willing to go into whatever direction he wanted me to go in, honestly. So, that was my first inclination. And then it was after all of these choices that I was making. And they weren't getting me anywhere. And I kept thinking, if you don't save me from me, I'm going to self-destruct. How do I live and literally see it and not have to die to get there?
Wow.
Yeah. So now I get it. The death that is required is the one that you die every day.
Yes.
If you lied today, then don't lie tomorrow. You know what I mean? If you did something that you really didn't, meet the mark with yesterday, you have new mercies. Yeah, man. So to answer your question, it's a process, but it starts when you surrender. When you surrender and stop trying to figure it out and stop thinking that you're not going to make it because you don't know the next step, that's when you win. You win because you're free. Yeah. Thank you.
You like karaoke?
Oh, I love karaoke. Cannot sing, but I have so much fun trying. I do, and I kept thinking, and man, if I really had a voice, I'd sing for free.
Oh, huh?
Yeah, man.
Let's see. You.
Yeah.
I want to take you down today now. Rolling down here, you're on your own. We're at the back, Kendrick and I is at the back, so you're rolling alone, and
for sure.
Tires pop.
Yeah.
Can you change your tire?
Oh, baby, can I change a tire?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can change brakes. I can change my oil.
Mechanically,
I used to do that before I met my husband, and he stopped me from doing it.
Okay.
Because I just kept thinking, now if I go out and change my oil, that's $75 that I can put in my mutual fund. So I would always challenge myself like that. But yeah, man, I can change a tire.
All right.
Yeah.
It's quite subtle.
Yeah.
But I'm getting it. It's very nice.
Yeah.
What fragrance are you wearing now?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Last year, my baby took me to Paris, my daughter Ty, and she was telling me about this perfume place, right? I didn't get a chance to go, but when we went back in May of this year, there's a place in Paris where they make perfume for you.
Ooh.
So I've got 7 bottles of custom-made perfumes for me. So it's Tongie. That's what I'm wearing.
Come on now. You gotta be the How often do you write? Because everybody, technology in the phone, and you how often do you write handwritten notes?
Every day. Every single day. It is something about writing and someone receiving what you've written. Yeah, I like text messages and emails like the next person, but give me the stationery and a beautiful Mont Blanc pen, and I'll show you some stuff.
Do you write notes to the husband?
Mm-hmm.
I thought so.
Yeah, man. And my children. Absolutely.
What if you change a tire, you change brakes? Obviously, I'm thinking maybe you ride a bike.
Yeah,
man.
Oh, I love riding bikes, especially when I'm in Santa Monica. We go and we will rent a bike, and for hours we ride.
Wow.
From Santa Monica to Malibu.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the last live concert?
Oh, last live concert. Luthen Fire. Yeah, man. See, you didn't know that, did you?
I didn't. I certainly didn't.
My husband,
what a wonderful one.
He's a big reggae fan.
Oh, okay.
He is. He grew up with the stuff,
Oh,
and I didn't
my.
know about it until 20 years ago when we met.
Okay.
But
was it here or?
It was. It's on the mountain. Reggae on the mountain.
Reggae on the mountain.
In Santa Monica.
Ooh,
Yep,
lovely.
Yep. No, Topanga Canyon. Topanga Canyon.
Oh,
California.
They normally, right.
Yep.
They normally have this through there.
Yep.
Wow. This is nice. No, I thought I was getting I was getting a handle on this.
Yeah.
But, okay, let me see if I can guess this one right.
I love you.
Country or city life?
Oh my gosh. Can I have both? Can I just
When?
All right. Country now. I am longing for the country. I want a piece of land where I can grow tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers. I do, and I want to go and feed my hogs and play with my goats. And before I got to St. Lucia, it was city. I needed to be in the concrete jungles. I needed to be in Los Angeles, the city, and Atlanta, the city. But now, this is where it is for me, man. Yeah.
So if you were to retire in one, it would be the country.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll visit the city because my daughter's a city slicker. But for me, give me the country life.
Well, I think you gave us an insight already about your dream as a child.
Yeah.
Was it the only dream that you had, or was there other dreams
Oh
as a
my
child that
God.
you thought maybe, or maybe sometimes you still think about?
I do.
That you might want to,
I do. You know, I'll tell you. I want to have an assignment where I can eradicate poverty in a country and everybody has what they need. You understand what I'm saying? So much so that the world comes and they say, how did you get there? And they say, yes, we prayed, and yes, we fasted, and yes, we gave, but we rolled up our sleeves and we put in the work. That's what I dream about, and it keeps me up at night because I want to make so much money and give so much money away. You understand what I'm saying?
But you're doing so much.
Oh, I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm just not. Sometimes I feel like.
Do you think that's like a pet peeve? Because it's not humanly possible for one person to change the entire world.
But it is.
Is it?
It is. How? You change a man's mindset, you'll change the man's direction and his destiny.
But you could only change the mindset if the man wants to be changed, if his mindset wants to be changed.
That is true. Very, very true. So I go to those who want it, but don't know how.
Okay.
Or want it, but afraid because maybe they've tried and tried and tried and somebody told them what they couldn't do. So I believe, yes, I believe that one person can change the world. Look at Nelson Mandela. Look at Mahatma Gandhi. Look at Dr. King. Look at you. Look at what you're doing. You're literally changing the world. You really are. One step at a time. So yeah, baby, we can change the world. Absolutely we can.
Well, there's no limits to that for you.
Amen. Amen.
Are you scared of clowns?
Oh, yes I am. I cannot stand a clown. It is something about a man or woman that puts on white paint. And I mean, I get it, you want to be funny, but just don't be scary with your fun, you know? I will run. I'm serious, like cats, clowns, nope, can't do it.
Well, you're wearing heels now.
Yeah, man.
I'm wearing flats now.
Hey, are you really?
If you was to ask me the question I'm about to ask you, it will not be this.
Okay.
So I am not going to take my cue from that. So I'm going to ask you, flats or heels?
Heels. Heels from 7 in the morning until about maybe 6 in the evening. You want to put on a pair of flats and run an errand, and then at 8 o'clock, if you're going out, put your heels on.
Absolutely. Now here's the big one.
Yeah.
Can we cook?
Oh, sure.
Let me actually rephrase this. Are you very versed in the kitchen?
Oh my God. You know, some people are like, man, I can throw down. Okay, awesome. I love cooking Southern food, that comfort food. So I make a mean homemade macaroni and cheese with ham. Okay. I do a ham with cherries and brown sugar and pineapples. And then I do my homemade turkey, chicken and dressing. Yeah. Homemade. Someone said, oh, you just do the boxed cornbread. We do real cornbread here, baby. So yes, I can.
Surprised.
Absolutely,
I'm not surprised. Like, you can tell.
Yeah.
It's just a natural thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Digital or analog watches?
Oh, like, honesty, openness, and sincerity, right? Analog without a battery. Analog without a battery. I've been wearing this now for 6 years without a battery. And the reason I do it is because I don't want, sounds crazy, right? I always want to be in the moment. So I don't want to be concerned with time. Yes. You know, I'm respectful of other folks' time, but I want to be right there in the moment. Yeah, man. Analog. Yeah.
Definitely can respect that. Let's talk about accomplishments.
I
I know there's a lot.
I
bestowed upon you,
nothing.
including the humanitarian,
Oh my
the Global
gosh.
Humanitarian Award
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you're now receiving.
Yeah.
But from your humble standpoint, what
Yeah.
would you say is your greatest accomplishment?
Wow. My greatest accomplishment is when I said to God, for the rest of my life, wherever you send me, I'll go. And I meant that. And he sent me to some places, right? And I had to go back and minister to some people that hurt me so badly that should have been jailed for it. And here I am leading them into Christ. So my greatest accomplishment is saying yes. It's not the medical degree. It's not, it's not making a few 7 million deals, 7-figure deals. It's saying yes. Because at the end of the day, Mareen, we don't own anything. You don't own what you wear. You don't own anything. So just live like you know that is his. Be a good steward. Manage it well, because he doesn't give you what you pray for. He gives you what you can manage. Because if he gives you what you pray for, you may mess up and then say, well, God led me into this. And you're like, no, God didn't do that. That was you, because you didn't know how to manage money. That was me. So him, and then my children, and then my husband, not in that order, and then my grandbabies that I prayed for before they even got into the world.
Absolutely.
Seriously. Yeah, man.
Different language? Do you speak any other language other than
I'm glad you asked. There's this language called the heavenly language, and that really was our first language. Eke iko noroto kinianaka. That's your first language. English is your second. So tongues is my first. And English is my second. But I wanted to learn French and Spanish, and I took it in college, but I did nothing with it. I passed the class, and that's about it. Yeah.
What was the first job?
Oh my gosh. I was 12 years old, and I wanted to have my own money. So I remember being on the school bus, and I would look out the window, and there was paper on the ground, right, going to my home.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, I did. I asked the lady that was a manager of the store where the paper was if I could pick up the paper. And she said, well, sure, I'll give you $50 a week. And I'm like, yeah! So that was my first job, picking up paper. And people would laugh at me on the bus. Look at Tongie Brown picking up the paper. But I had so much money under my mattress that I literally, it just blew my mind that you can make money any kind of way. Yeah, you don't have to steal for it. Just go out and make it. Yeah, so that was my first job. Picking up paper.
$50.
I got $50 a week. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Diamonds or pearls? You're wearing pearls.
Oh my gosh. Pearls. Even though my amazing husband got this for our 20th year. Thank you so much. And I literally fell out when he got it for me, and I thanked him so very much. Pearls.
What do you think?
It is something to know that this thing has been inside of a mollusk. It's been inside of a shell, right? And the only way that it can actually become valuable is that it has to be scratched. And it's scratched and scratched for years. And then it's harvested. And you're like, wow. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Doc, how do you spend your weekend? I'm curious.
How do I spend my weekend? Oh, I love the weekends. I really, really do. I've got, let's see, Understanding the Kingdom, Rediscovering the Kingdom, Expanding Your Potential. All of these are by Dr. Miles Monroe. So I'm literally reading 3 books at a time. So I take 2.5 hours to read books, right? I've got these Daisy Dukes that I love putting on. I love short pants and a tank top. And I just after I clean, my family says I have OCD, and I don't think I do. I just love to clean because when I'm mopping, I'm compartmentalizing everything, even the things that I don't know how I'm going to reach, right? So cleaning, reading, I love being out by the pool. This little place that we have up in the north has a pool, and it's so wonderful to be out there. And that's Friday. Saturday, I'm praying for folk, right? And then Sunday, I'm kind of getting ready for the week. So I literally say Sunday is my Monday. Right. And I did it a long time ago so I would never have the Monday morning blues. I did not like waking up saying, oh my God, another Monday. Who are you to do that? Yeah, right? So now I get up and like, yes, it's Monday, you know. So that's my weekend. You can find me at home.
I just heard, well, the Grenadier Carnival is on, and there's one of the songs that it says that, TGIM.
Oh,
we normally say TGIM.
Yeah.
Say TGIM.
Thank God it's Monday.
That's
so you get it.
Cool, isn't it? Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about you discovering St. Lucia. How?
Oh my, Mareen, the story. It reads like a love story, right? My daughter, Ty, was my first baby. I had Ty. I got pregnant at 16.
Right.
I had her at 17. She had open heart surgery the 3rd month of her life. And so she and I have a bond.
Right.
She lost her husband, which was I call him my son because he had been with us for 10 years before he married her. And I asked, why did it take so long for you to marry my daughter? And he would always tell me, because one, I want when I take her out that she never has to look at prices. Right. And she never did that with you. So Harvey Quez Ryan Stokes is his name. She lost him October 18, 2020. 2021, she says, I think I'm ready now to go on a vacation. And I'm like, just, where are you going? Do I need to go with you? And she's like, no, Ma, I'm okay. I'll call you or whatever. So she goes to Turks and Caicos. And she falls in love with the environment. And then she says, there's this place called St. Lucia that Angela Simmons loves to go to, Ma. And I think I'm going to take everybody to St. Lucia. I'm thinking, well, okay. She said, but you have to have your passport. I had my passport. We get here. We're in Soufrière at this resort. I forgot the name of the resort. I'm looking at Stonefield. Yeah. Okay. And I'm looking around and I just began to weep. I cried so hard that I couldn't stop crying. And my husband asked, baby, this is a good time, right? I'm like, man, do you see this? Do you see all of the opportunity that's here? He was like, well, I see how beautiful it is. I'm like, no, you don't get it. I said, watch. So I had some books with me. I wrote a book called Journaling with DrTongie, deciding to move forward. I gave it to one of the ladies that worked at the restaurant, and she cried and she cried and she could not stop crying. She called the owner of the restaurant and said to the owner, I don't know who this woman is, but I need you to, wherever you are on this island, come down here and meet her. I didn't know she said this. So I get a call at the villa, and the owner's calling and said, would you come up to the restaurant? Thinking, well, we didn't do anything, but okay. So I go up to the restaurant and she says, I had to meet the woman who made my Teresa cry. She said, she's been with me for 35 years and I've never seen her cry before. But I'll ask her 5 questions on the first page. Wow. Who are you? What can you do? What's your purpose? Where are you from? And what's your destiny? Yeah, she answered those questions. I went on a 40-day fast, and I asked him, "Hey, Dad, can I move? And whatever you want me to do with these, I'll do it. But I want to bring value. Yeah, I don't want to take, because the country's so beautiful, and people just take. They take in the sunshine without smiling. Yeah." They take the service without saying thank you. You see? So it's the little things. And I figured, if I move here, I believe that it's part of my destination So I'll leave everything behind, and everything that I own right now, including that beautiful Mercedes Benz with the drop top, 2-seater. Oh, that was my dream car.
Right.
I got it in a storage facility because I believe to whom much is given, man, much is required, and I'm needed here. You get it? So I want to repent for wasting time, because I've been here now long enough that now is the time. You see? So we're working on my project in ancillary. The Lord said the same. I'm going to get the parents to come and help me rebuild this one building that they're giving to me. So we're going to reconstruct that place. We've already got the air conditioner. We're just waiting to get the roof repaired. And we are going to literally do what we say we came here to do. Be an answer to a prayer. Make certain that mama knows that she's not by herself, and that young girl that got pregnant and oops, she wasn't pregnant, and oops, you're trying to put her there. Not on my watch. You see? So I've asked the borderlay, whoever board I need to see, let me in those prisons. You see? Because that could be me or my sister or one of my girlfriends or my mama. You see? So we're each other's keepers. We are. That's what it's about.
Well, we are very grateful to have you.
Oh, honey.
Now I'm starting to get a little concerned and say, okay, so when this is up, maybe Daddy might take her somewhere else, and then we're gonna lose you.
Oh boy,
that's my only fear right now.
Right there. I don't know what that looks like, but for all intents and purposes,
it's here now.
Oh baby,
in the moment.
Oh baby.
No, watch. We talk the.
Come on.
Analog with the.
Come on.
Finally, for someone who don't know you, persons who don't know you, how would you describe yourself?
I am spirit. I have the same DNA as Genesis 1:26. I happen to be enclosed in this body that requires me to run 7 miles a day, right? And I've got a soul, my mind, my will, and the emotions. When I say I love you, I do. If I say I got you, I really do. If I say I'm your friend, I know how to be a friend. And if you need me to hold a ladder, I can do that too. For someone who don't know me and maybe go through the pages and they're like, ain't nobody this happy. Because this is what I do. This is the key to happiness. Make a delight with him. Put happiness in your heart intentionally. And then he'll give you every desire that you ever had in your life, or needed, desired. Because he didn't give us our wants. We can do that. But those desires, give me my joy back. Please don't take your spirit from me, because if you do, I'm going to go around here thinking it's about me, and it's not. You see? So for every time someone says, oh, you're doing so good, I say, oh, glory be to God. And then for every time someone says, you do know what she used to do, right? Glory be to God.
Absolutely.
You see? Amen. So that's what keeps you humble. Amen. That's it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being the best part of my life. Whoa, Nelly.
Thank you for opening up to yourself to us like that. At least now we know
man.
A little bit more about the Dr. Tongie.
How about that?
How about that?
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Oh my God, you should see my daddy. I love you so very much. Thank you, baby. I love you, St. Lucia.